What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This once again is Scott Porter back for day 4 of our HeroClix unboxing series for the brand new WizKids HeroClix set, Marvel's War of the Realms. That is right, we're on day 4. If you didn't see days 1 through 3, I promise you they are worth watching. Go back and watch them. We'll wait for you here and we'll pick up when you get back. So far we've pulled 2 super rares? 2 super rares, yes. Odin and who else did we pull? I cannot remember all of a sudden. But we also pulled a Prime in Frog Thor, which was really, really cool. So I am so excited with everything that we've seen so far. I'm hoping we really expand into more of the Thor lore and the figures there. Oh, Thanos. Thanos was the other one that we opened up. That's right. He was on the outside of the booster, and I didn't know where this Thanos was from. But I'm very interested to find out now. So Thanos, Frog Thor, and Iron Allfather, as well as a ton of versions of Thor, some really cool characters. We got Executioner and Scourge. We've got Asgardians of the Galaxy. We've got Asgardians themselves. We've got some of Malekith's War Council, as well as figures through the history of Thor's publications. And then we've got a lot of Avengers as well. So a lot going on so far, as well as some side characters. Kate Bishop Hawkeye and Miles Morales Spider-Man. So like I said at the beginning of this thing, it's really up for grabs, like what we are going to see in this set. Pre-release for this set, so you can start playing with these figures, is going to be on February the 2nd, and then the set is going to release on February the 16th. So call your local comic shop, your local gaming store, and figure out how to order some. And if you're going to play in person, play safely. But without further ado, I think let's just jump right into day. Every day I get done opening these boosters and go, hey, is that it? I want to open more. I want to open more. So I'm so glad that you guys are here with me again today. I want to say thank you to you for tuning in all week long. And I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Oh, yes. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, Black Panther, who we've seen and as part of the Fast Forces, but not as part of the main set. We've got Spider-Man, who I showed you guys at the end of my unboxing series for Empire. We've got Nova, and this looks like Richard Rider, which I'm very, very excited about. Haven't seen him in a while. We've got Kid Loki as Guardians of the Galaxy. I said I wanted to see different versions of Loki. And we've got Valkyrie. But this Valkyrie is from one of my favorite book series in Marvel, and a book series that I think is really great for people who don't read as many comics, and that is Exiles, because Exiles gives you new versions with very quick, very succinct explanations of their history as that version of the character, and then they tell the story without all the rest of the nonsense that comes with, 60, 70, 80 years of a character's canon and history. So this version of Valkyrie is kind of her own version of Valkyrie. You don't need to know about Brunhilde. You don't need to know about all of that stuff. You can just enjoy that Valkyrie as part of the Exiles on your own. That is really, really cool. She's from the Exiles team that actually had, trying to get Kid Loki up there. She's from the Exiles team that actually had Wolvie from the X-Babies in it. If you read that run, it was a very short run. They keep on trying to reboot Exiles. It doesn't always catch an audience, and it kind of gets canceled quick. Next time they launch a new Exiles book, please, 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 please pick it up and read it. Of course, if the first issue or second issue they don't grab you, then don't waste your money. But I want an Exiles book to stick around for a little bit, because the original Exiles book is one of my all-time favorite runs in Marvel. Just because you could read it and know you're not tied into anything else. You can read it as a standalone book, right? And that's why we go to other comic publishers and stuff too, and read just characters that are away from a giant universe like Marvel itself, where you have to know what's going on in every corner of it to make everything make sense. Exile stands by itself, and it's a really, it's a palate cleanser in a way, and I really enjoy it. So let's look at that Valkyrie first, I think, actually. And one thing I'm noticing with this set a lot is the characters aren't just standing on black bases. And I know it hasn't been in the past, but I mean, you've got Captain America on a light blue base. You've got grays and blacks and charcoals and different colors. So it actually pops a little bit for me I don't know if that's been going on for a number of sets in a row, but it's really catching my eye today in this particular set. Anyway, Valkyrie. This Valkyrie, of course, looks more like Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok. And, you know, again, I like a distinction between our 616 Marvel comic books and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but when you're dealing with a book like Exiles, it works for me, right? We're going, this is a Valkyrie from a different universe, you know. Odin created 7 daughters and then put them all through the rigors and tests until one of them, you know, defeated the other 6 daughters and became the Valkyrie herself, and that's this Valkyrie. Really, really cool. I want to look at her card now. We have Valkyrie with Asgardian, Exiles, Brute, and Warrior keywords, set number 42. Trait, Lone Defender of Asgard. Valkyrie can reduce penetrating damage dealt by non-adjacent characters. When Valkyrie is dealt damage by an adjacent character, reduce damage taken by 1 in addition to the other effects. Whoa, okay, so anything from range, that's penetrating or psychic blast, can be reduced. Anything that's up close, she has a reduction of 3 damage. That's crazy. Dragon Fang and Gear. Blades, claws, fangs, but may use it if targeting up to 2 characters and rolls a separate d6 for each character. Oh man, that's awesome. I really, really like this piece. I cannot wait to play her. 10 movement with charge, 11 natural attack value, 3 damage up close. You can definitely choose to whether or not you want to use blades, claws. And I love, you know, again, the weapons that come out of Thor and the dwarves. You know, they have such cool names, right? Gear and Dragonfang, Stormbreaker, Mjolnir, Gungnir. You know, it's so cool. I love there's such a nobility about the names of these weapons, and she has 2 of them. Very, very cool. You know, they go and the Exiles pop in, they help her with her world before the Time Eaters come and devour it. She decides to join the Exiles, and then I think the next place they go is they find Wolfie, the ex-baby. But definitely worth checking out, and that Valkyrie is awesome. Did not expect her. Super stoked that she's in this particular set. Okay, let's go with Kid Loki next. We've talked about the Asgardians of the Galaxy a lot. They're all represented, it seems, in here, as well as some different Guardians of the Galaxies figures. You know, we got Yondu, and we got Nebula, who is kind of the main villain for the first half of the story. Kid Loki's hilarious to me because Loki, as a character, is always up to its tricks and always up to their own, you know, machinations. But Kid Loki discovers the internet, and it comes up so many times in the books, whereas Loki's never really, you know, and Kid Loki's like, I go on the internet and I post and they call me a troll, and I'm like, I'm not a troll, I'm a giant. And it's just like these little moments back and forth. Kid Loki's really cool. Kid Loki, basically, Loki made a deal to not die and be reborn. But when he's reborn as a child. But Loki leaves all these markers behind to inform the child as to what events may be coming, how to protect himself, gives him the wisdom of the years that, you know, and the years in different lives and different shapes and different forms that Loki has taken over the years are kind of left behind. So Kid Loki goes on this quest, ends up in this cave, meets old Loki. Old Loki talks to him, but like I said in one of the prior videos, it's kind of like Voldemort leaving Horcruxes everywhere, making sure that no matter if all of existence ended, Loki would somehow come back through the deals and the backdoor, you know, handshakes that he has made over time. And Kid Loki is a result of one of those particular deals. All right, Kid Loki here has Asgardian, Guardians of the Galaxy, Deity, and Mystical keywords, set number 28. Has a trait, We Save the Galaxy. Power. If Kid Loki is adjacent to a friendly War of the Realms, number 53A, the Destroyer. Wait, 53A. Okay, the Destroyer is going to get a prime. Give the Destroyer a move action as free. After resolutions, the Destroyer may make an attack. Okay, let's flip it over here and see. All right, that's awesome. Okay, making my head turn a little bit here. Wow, that's really cool. Okay, that cover of As Guardians of the Galaxy there happens in an issue where the old Loki finally comes back to life and sends Kid Loki away. Basically, like, poof, Kid Loki disappears. But the destroyer armor element of this particular Kid Loki, at the very beginning of As Guardians of the Galaxy, Angela is forming the team. They're going on this mission. And the destroyer armor is there, and it's fighting on her side. But she keeps on talking to someone kind of like off frame sometimes. Like, clearly Angela is not in charge of this plan. This is not her idea, and you don't know who it is. And at the end of the first issue, the destroyer armor has a hole ripped in the middle of it. And Kid Loki, at the very end of the first issue, you don't know that Loki is controlling the destroyer armor. And then Kid Loki climbs out of the inside of it. And that was like the big reveal and As Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's cool that he controls the destroyer armor. And now we know that the destroyer armor has an A and a B. So is the destroyer armor a prime? That would be cool, because I already know that we got Frog Thor. I'm assuming that Throg is the other part of that particular prime. I'm going to put Kid Loki over on that other side, not with the heroes, with the villains, even though he's an Asgardian of the Galaxy. That's really, really cool. It gives us a little clue of what else we can look forward to in the set. Let's go, I think, with Black Panther. Make sure that we haven't seen a Black Panther in the set already. No, we haven't. Okay, take a look at the sculpt here. We saw it yesterday in the Fast Forces. It's a Black Panther. Can't do too much with Black Panther, but the card does have a little bit of different coloration on it here. We have Avengers, Fantastic Four, Wakanda, Ruler, Warrior. Set number 6, Rally trait, friendly attack rolls, Leadership. When an opposing character uses Leadership, you may remove one of Black Panther's Rally dice to replace the D6 result. Oh, okay. So you can make them fail their Leadership roll, I'm guessing. That's not one of the more, well, I guess if they need action tokens, you know, that is a limited commodity in this game. So that could be a big time effect. So any friendly attack rolls that have a 1 in it, you can toss one of those Rally tokens onto Black Panther's card. Look at the back here. You see that giant War Panther that he's riding on there. He's got stealth, blades, close combat reflexes. Comes in at 45 points. A pretty affordable Black Panther. A little bit of a Rally die element. But again, you know, everybody on Earth or Midgard is a big part of this battle. But the Angels of Heaven versus the Wakandan Dora Milaje is really, really cool. And Black Panther being a part of that definitely makes him a huge part of the War of the Realms storyline. Okay, let's go with Spider-Man next. Spider-Man is hilarious to me. So the Spiders of Hell down there is Hell. Is that where is Niflheim? Hell? I can't remember. But anyway, the Spiders of Hell, they eat away at decay. They eat away at the dead, but they don't really attack the living. But when they come to Earth, they end up like kind of like falling in line behind Spider-Man. These Spiders of Hell, these Spiders of Niflheim, end up being like, they're like, oh, a spider like us, and they end up following him around, and he's in the middle of a fight, and he's like, oh, okay, so you guys just eat dead stuff. Okay, that's cool, that's fine. Please don't eat any of my friends, and we're good to go. So he has a connection with these huge like hell spiders, which is really, really a lot of fun. And then he goes with the League of Realms, I guess, on a little side story that I'm gonna have to read after we're done with this unboxing series. But he gets these mystical accoutrement. He gets a shield and his helmet. He's got his blade and everything. Let's take a peek at his card here. Spider-Man has Asgardian, Spider-Man family, and scientist keywords. He is one of the first guys in the fray. He's set number 16. Shield and magic helmet, at least I think it's magic. Energy shield deflection and toughness. And I believe that it's not magic, actually. I believe that somebody's like, you're counting on it being magical. It's not going to protect you, bro. Charge. He's got a blade in his hand. I was hoping he'd have some blades, but he doesn't. But he's got 6 range, 2 targets. Remember, those targets can be used up close or at range. Still has some really fun stuff here that he can do. I got to show you this sculpt in the last unboxing series for Empire, but I had forgotten that War of the Realms was the next set, and I was thinking this Spider-Man might have just been in league with the other Spider-Man that WizKids was able to make up, Spider-Man 1776 or Spider-Pharaoh or all those guys, because kind of like multiverse Spider-Man. I'm glad that now I'm seeing him in this light. I'm like, oh, of course, Spider-Man's one of the first people in the fight in War of the Realms, plays a big part in going to get Thor to bring him back to Earth when they all go to Jotunheim and they see that Thor has just obliterated all the frost giants. Spider-Man, as usual, is a big part of almost every crossover, and it's no different with War of the Realms. So glad to have him here. So we've gotten 2 of the characters or the figures on the outside of the box. We're still looking for a couple more. Valkyrie, Jane Foster Valkyrie, and Malekith himself. But now we go to one of my favorite characters of all time, Richard Rider Nova. James Gunn, if you're listening, if you're ever going to put Richard Rider Nova, you need like an older, washed up, Nova Corps member. I'm around, man. I'm here. Scott Porter for Nova. Let's get it trending. Let's hashtag that junk. Let's go. Get me in there. I've worked with Chris Pratt before. Him and I have done a movie together. We're good friends. We go way back. I'd love to go bounce some stuff off Chris Pratt. Come on. God, let me be Nova. Richard Rider. He's one of my favorite galactic characters. I'm so glad that he's in this set. It's really, really cool. Take a peek at him here. Great sculpt. I do. In these later stories lately, when we're seeing Nova, he's got the stubble. He's like, you can tell he's out there. He's a cop on the beat for a long time, man. He's a little beat up. I'm not young anymore. I know I can't lead a franchise. None of that stuff. But I could pop in as Richard Rider, be a part of the little Guardians thing. Okay. Anyway. I'm done. Nova, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Nova Corps, Cosmic, Police, and Soldier. Set number 23. Special movement power, the Human Rocket Charge Running Shot. When Nova uses Charge, if he has no action tokens, don't have his speed. Blue Blazes, Gravimetric Blasters, Gravimetric Pulse. He's got all of the typical Nova Corps words there. Annihilation, one of the greatest storylines to ever come out of Marvel, period. Full stop. Take a peek here. 6 clicks, 10 movement. I was hoping for a little bit more with that full charge. 12 would have been awesome. Still, Psychic Blast, penetrating, has Impervious. That's going to help him, close combat expert. Once he uses that full charge, he's in there and he's doing some big time damage. That could be a lot of fun. And he does have Avengers. So remember, we've got recruitment in this set through Captain America. And, he might be somebody, you throw in there, you try and do some damage up front. You probably need a bigger beat stick, but that type of character is what I'm talking about. Somebody who can go in, who can maybe try and get you ahead at points. If you lose a 70-point figure, as long as you've done enough damage to try and get yourself ahead, then you can bring in a support piece with that recruitment ability and try and keep the rest of your team alive, pull them back, do whatever you got to do, and try and milk that lead, protect that lead. Am I saying I support that particular game style? No, I'm just saying it's a way to utilize it. Would I do it? I don't know. I'm more of an in-your-face kind of guy. But, it is a viable play style, and I think the recruitment thing is very interesting. Okay, next booster, moving right along. Uh-oh. I see some bubble wrap. And when you see bubble wrap, it's usually a put. Okay. You guys know that through the years, Iceman is one of my favorites of all time, but also Johnny Storm, one of my favorites of all time. And ladies and gentlemen, we have just pulled a chase. We have just pulled Human Torch, and he's so big he can't even fit in the frame. I'm gonna have to pull him back. We'll go back to that other shot here. He's huge. That is Human Torch, and if I am correct, I think that is Human Torch, and I think that is the Eternal Flame, which powers Surtur, which, if Surtur gets a hold of it, that's when Ragnarok happens. He can just literally obliterate anything in his path. And yeah, that is pretty incredible. We pull a chase, guys. Yes. I am so stoked. Man, it leaves me wondering, though, We saw the chase on the outside of the box. Usually I like to get a chase that's not the chase on the outside of the box so I can help try and figure out what the chase theme is going to be, right? Because as far as I know, again, and I could be wrong, tell me in the comments below, Human Torch has never come in contact with the Eternal Flame. I don't think. So is this WizKids having free reign to kind of go, what if this character ended up with this crazy, you know, world tree, you know, ancient mystical equipment or item or something along those lines? That's cool though. We pulled Hawkeye, we pulled Lady Sif. We've seen both of them. I'll make sure that their set numbers match so that we don't have a different version of them already. Okay, yeah, they're the same as the ones we've already pulled. So we got 3 new figures in this set. I freaked out about Human Torch so much that I didn't show you. We also got Thunderstrike. And this isn't Eric. I think this is Kevin. I think this is the kid. And he is a member of the Asgardians of the Galaxy as well. The team is pretty cool. And then we got Valkyrie, classic Valkyrie. And then, of course, I'll just put Daddy Human Torch back here. Daddy Flame in the back. Oh my gosh. That scope is insane. Guys, I'm like, my face is tingling. I'm like so excited about this chase here. Okay, we will look at Thunderstrike first. A lot of people are familiar with Eric Masterson, the older version of Thunderstrike who has passed away. His son takes up the mantle of Thunderstrike. We'll take a quick look at his card here. Again, the team up in Asgardians of the Galaxy is like, it's just a really good team. It's a really cool team. And it's only a 10-issue limited run. And it does tie into War of the Realms, so I think it's worth a read for you guys. Cullen Bunn had this idea and pitched it. I love Bunn's stuff. And he had a really great idea. He didn't do it to replace the Guardians of the Galaxy. They just broke up. Star-Lord apparently had perished. And, you know, by the end of this whole thing, Star-Lord's back. The Guardians are ready to get back together. But this was a nice, again, palate cleanser. It's something that was a standalone story that was a bunch of characters that are really interesting. We've got Asgardian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Warrior Keywords, set number 41, Thunder and Lightning, Penetrating Psychic Blast, and Quake. See the back of the card there. Some good movement. Comes in all right, 75 points. A little pricey if you stack them up against some of the other 75-point characters in the set. I don't know. But if you run this particular theme, you definitely got to throw them on the board. So we've gotten Hercules. We know that Throg's going to be in it. Haven't gotten Angela, but we've got a number of these Asgardians of the Galaxy. We got Scourge, so pretty cool. I'm glad that they're represented here. We have Valkyrie next. Show you her sculpt again. The big hero moment, the huge sacrifice of Valkyrie. It is tough. It is tough to watch, tough to read, tough to look at those panels. You know, it leads the way into Jane Foster kind of becoming Valkyrie going forward. But let's see what they gave Brunhilde in this particular set. She's got Asgardian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Warrior. Set number 26. Annabelle. Free. If Valkyrie began your turn on the map, replace her with War of the Realms, set number 24, Dr. Annabelle Riggs, on the same click number. Now, we talked about that the other day when we pulled Annabelle Riggs, who we got for the first time in this set. And she's also a member of the Asgardians of the Galaxy. Valkyrie leaves, though, very quickly once the War of the Realms starts. She goes to the main battlefront with the rest of the Valkyrie. And yeah, there you go. It's only 5 clicks, and that was my worry. My worry was that, and I know maybe she only deserves 5 clicks. You guys out there will be able to, you know, decide that on your own. But I think she deserved a little bit bigger of a dial, but because they tied her to the mechanic of switching in and out, as she is in the books, you know, she's Dr. Annabelle Riggs, or she's Valkyrie. After Annabelle Riggs sacrifices herself, Valkyrie doesn't want to see her perish. They combine their souls, and then they're one person who swaps in and out. Boom, boom, boom. Like a throwback to that old Donald Blake with the old Kane Thor situation. You know, tap the Kane, and all of a sudden you're this big mighty Thor. you know, that's what it feels like to me. It feels like paying homage to the Donald Blake Thor thing, but just with Annabelle and Valkyrie. But I think you limit Valkyrie's dial when you do that. So I hope we get to, you know, well, I don't know. I don't know if I want Brunhilde to take up 2 slots in this, but if she does, I hope she has a super beefy dial, very heroic dial at that. And of course, I mean, you know, she's got her flying steed. You got the whole thing. Like, maybe we could figure that out. All right, looking at Human Torch. Okay. Oof. Let's see if we can go top down here and see if I can show you the sculpt a little bit more detail. Let's see if it. You can see the 4 there on his chest. I mean, it's just, he's just climbing up out of this goblet of fire. The eternal flame is what it looks like. Or it's the Olympic torch. The Olympic torch. Okay. That's awesome. I don't have anything to say about him because I don't really, there's no source material that I think I know of where that Human Torch comes from. I'm just excited to see what this particular chase does. So let's look at the card. Here we go. We've got Asgardian, Fantastic Four, Deity, the Eternal Flame of Destruction. Human Torch deals penetrating damage. Free. Choose a debris marker within range. Opposing characters occupying or adjacent to the marker are dealt 1 damage. Okay, that's free every single turn. Burning Up. Poison, but deals damage even if moved or placed this turn. So you move him to another spot, poison triggers at the beginning, poison triggers at the end. Poison is just always active, just poisoning everything. The flames of Muspelheim, burning inside me, the power to destroy the 9 worlds, all the things before me, born of fire, the fates themselves that decided the end time is nigh. Is this Human Torch bringing Ragnarok? Is that what we're getting here? 7 range, 2 targets, big time damage, a lot of probability control here. Only 8 clicks long, though, and the damage reducers are not really there. 100 or 50 points. Mystics and Fantastic Four team ability, though. So there we go. Human Torch with the Eternal Flame of Destruction. Remember, deals penetrating damage. That is traded. And can be, you know, the flames that he leaves behind in those debris markers, he can also be causing damage with, and that's free still. So 4 natural damage. All right, there we go. Chase figure down. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be elements of the 10 realms, mystical items or weapons being carried by people who don't normally have access to those things. That's what I'm going to say I think maybe the chase theme is, unless I'm wrong and somebody in the comments wants to tell me what this is. All right. If it has been in a book before, because I'm not so sure, but I could be wrong with Thanos. I think I was because I saw that cover on day 1. So maybe I missed it. Again, I can't read everything. That being said, that concludes our 2 boosters today. Tomorrow, I was going to do it today, but since we pulled a chase, tomorrow, the 5th and final day of our unboxing series, I will be opening the Legacy card, and I have some information for you about all 12 Legacy cards in this set. And yes, I said 12. There are not 8 Legacy cards in this set, there are 12 of them. So I will tell you all 12 figures to go track down from older sets. Spoiler alert, they are all older Thor sets that you need to be pulling them from. So Hammer of Thor and Mighty Thor and beyond is what you'll need to be looking for. Avengers Defenders War, a couple of other particular pieces. And that will be our final 2 boosters. So we've put 2 super rares, a prime and a chase. I would probably think that we pull another super rare tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we have. I'm not greedy. If we don't, I mean, it would just whatever we pull tomorrow is icing on the cake as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, big thank you to WizKids for sending this early. Big thanks to you guys for watching and sharing and all this excitement. I hope you guys are as stoked as I am about this particular set. Big thank you to Hyper RPG Studios. Find them on Twitch and on YouTube. All of their content is really, really cool and worth a watch. And of course, I thank them for letting me sit in their room and making me look good, making me look professional. Zach on the board back there is crushing it today. The set comes out February the 2nd. for pre-release, and then officially comes out on February the 16th. Call your local gaming shops or gaming stores or comic stores, whoever, wherever, whatever you get your nerdy stuff from, call them. Support local businesses, support small businesses. They need our help more than ever right now. Find out if they're doing a pre-release. If you are playing in person, be safe, and make sure that you order as much of this as you want to through them, and then give them some support. I know I'm going to have a case coming my way because I'm super stoked about this. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 5, and until I do, may all your rolls, of course, be critical hits. Take it easy.